Biceps are usually the first muscle to flex. So in this video, I'm going to tell you my favorite 3 dumbbell exercises so that you can flex them endlessly. I know that's your goal, right? Just to know, I'm choosing these exercises based on 3 factors. First of all, how easy it is to do them. Pretty simple, doesn't need a lot of time to load them, and it's easy to do progressions. That's why we are choosing dumbbells in the first place. The second factor is if I can use full range of motion, and especially at the stretch position of the muscle, right here. And lastly, but most important factor for me is choosing an exercise that you like. Because if you do an exercise that you don't like that much, you won't be able to train hard enough. It's like seeing something you are not mentally attracted to, then you might have some problems getting hard down there. Now let's get right into the exercises. I'm gonna start with the one that I do least, and I'm gonna end with the one that I do the most. Without meaning, of course, that the third one is better than the first one. The first exercise that I like doing is the incline dumbbell curls. You just go to your bench and change the angle of it. I like going 2 clips up, but every bench is a bit different, so choose the one that you like based on the parameters I'm gonna tell you now. The reason we use an incline is because if you are not in an incline position right here and you do your dumbbells, you lose your stretch position. This is where my muscles are mostly stretched, but I don't have any force on them. I have to pull at least somewhere right here to have force, and most of the force comes from 90 degrees ankles, which is right here, and we prefer to have the 90 degrees based on earth on the stretch position. So when you use an incline, you just push your chest out like you're doing a bench press, have your arms in front, and you can now perform your bicep curls. As you can see, I'm gonna use an easier way because I can't speak and do that much. So now when you push your chest out like that and you go and perform a rep, as you can see, I have a lot of tension on my stretch position, and that's actually the goal. You don't have to go until here because here I don't have any tension on my muscles. I will just go this range of motion right here. We have a lot of tension on the stretch position. Pull right here, squeeze, and again down. Don't let the tension go out of the muscles, so don't come at this position right here. Also, another tip, always try to have your pinky rotate on the outer side like that, because even if I have my hand like that and I just rotate my pinky, you can see it flexes without me doing anything. So when you are doing your incline dumbbell curls, try to rotate your pinkies to the outside like that and then perform your movement. Try to not use your shoulders like that. I see some people doing some weird movements like this. Lock your shoulders, push your chest out, and be slow and controlled. The second exercise that I like doing is the preacher curls. You just go to your bench, same setup as before. Try to have your bench in a good angle. With this exercise, just try to have the entire arm on the bench. I see a lot of people having only this part and then they are pulling with all of their body and with their shoulders. So add all of your arm on the bench. Keep your body low to have better stretch, and then do the same movement as before. Have your pinky rotated to the outer side and go full range of motion. I will still not go up here because I lose all the tension from my muscles. So I stay until this position. I go down and again up to this position right here. Now the third exercise which I use the most is the standing bicep curls. The reason is pretty simple. I just love it and it makes me train hard enough, just like we talked before about getting hard. I know it doesn't have the best tension on the stretch position, but I use a little trick to help it with that. So with this exercise, you have to lock your shoulders. Don't have your shoulders in front because then it's gonna target a lot the front delts. So again, have your chest out, your shoulder back, and try to have your shoulders close to your body so that you don't use them that much. So you go like that. And of course, it gives you the ability to do some beyond failure sets. When I am completely tired and I can't do any more reps like that, then I push a little bit with momentum so that I can go beyond failure. Don't overdo it. Like I see a lot of people doing something like that. Just slow and control, and at your last reps, you can push a little bit with your legs. I got tired. I've been doing this for 30 minutes for the video. Now the trick that I use to have a little bit of tension on this exercise is that I lean a bit back. So still have my shoulders close to my body, lean a bit back, and now I have tension on my biceps on their stretch position. And I still do this movement. Now, how should you structure your workouts? I will suggest you choosing one of these exercises based on what you prefer or how's the day, and do them 2 to 3 times a week for 2 to 4 sets at the most. For the rep ranges, I will not go below 6 reps because I think it's kind of dangerous for that muscle, and we've seen a lot. Choose anything beyond 8 reps until 20, 30 reps, and you are good to go. And for the intensity, I will suggest you training to failure or at least close to failure. But if you want to know more about this subject, check this video right here. Ciao.